Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Shayna Cersei, and I'm so excited to share with you today. So we are in the middle of our watercolor journal series on, I think, just not day 91 just released. So I finished another journal, and I am ready to open a brand new one. So this one's going to get open. We're going to start this one, but I wanted to do a little recap of the three we already finished. So I love watercolor journaling. I love that it has freed me up and is a place for play and practice in my watercolor journey, that I can kind of do whatever I want. It doesn't have to be for a final piece or a commission. There's a lot less like fear and anxiety attached to it. It's really just for fun. So let's go through what we've done already, and I hope that you will take up this practice as well, especially if you're a beginner and you're really nervous. Journaling can be so freeing for you. So this is the first one we started in. This is a oh, what brand is this? This is a Tumorta journal, and I actually started it before I started the video series when I was in London. It's what I took with me to travel. So not all, and in all the journals, not every single page made it to video, but 91 of them did. So keep that in mind. Sorry, these were from my trip to London, so you'll see some very specific London iconography. And then we got into, so lots of clock towers and flower boxes. Then we got into our first landscape. So this is day one of the series, and then we continued through. So you can see sometimes I paint things more than once. So this was day two. We had our cute little cow and our cute little pig. Oh my gosh, those were so fun. Some flowers, some carrots, garlic and onions. And then you'll notice that I start to alternate like this way and this way in some of them. They definitely have a right side up and an upside down. But that's because a lot of people ask, like, why do you do that? It drives me crazy. I have a little touch of OCD, and I don't want to, I want everything to be the same. I do that because when I'm painting, I like to have my palette over here on this side, and I don't like to cross the book while I'm painting. So I'm always painting on this side. So if I need to paint the other page, I got to turn the book around so I can paint the other page because I'm right-handed. So just keep that in mind as we flip through. I'm sorry if it drives you bananas because it flips back and forth. I won't keep flipping the book though. We'll just kind of take a look through. We did our chickens. Oh, so cute. Our simple chickens. A pig. Did we already do a pig? Yeah, we did a cow and a pig. I must have painted it again. Yeah. Here's another pig. Here's another pig. So I probably only recorded one, but I might have painted it more than once. Our lovely sheep. We did some color mixing and color theory and this fun little doodle design. More color mixing, color theory. A lovely landscape. So if any of these spark your interest, especially if you're new here or you just started on the series and you're looking for things, these are all in the list somewhere. So these are towards the beginning. This is day 23. I did label them 22, 23, 24, 25, that kind of thing. I stopped labeling them eventually, I think. Lighthouse, coffee cup. This did not make it in. These were just scrap pages and some swatches. So that was our first book that we did. So much fun. And then I'm going to make sure I'm in our second one. This is our second one. This is the book. So I switched to Bauhong. So this is a Tumorta. This one's only 25% cotton, 140 pound cold press. And it's a little bit smaller than the Bauhong. You can see a tiny bit smaller. The Bauhong is 6x9. They were really hard to get for a while. So I did do a video on some other alternatives, a Tumorta and a Hahnemühle, I think, book. They also had a defect in a couple of them. I don't I haven't had this problem since. I have 2 other books that I've used since this one that I haven't had this problem, but the spine was separating, and some people found that their pages were even maybe separating from the journal. So if you got one of those, I'm so sorry. I got one as well. I haven't had a problem since. You know, sometimes manufacturers have some hiccups. I did not contact them. Mine stayed together well enough that I didn't have to worry about it. But let us know if you contacted them and got a refund or sent a free book, maybe. I don't know. But I haven't had a problem with it since, and didn't find it too much of an issue. We did some flowers. Let's see, what else? Lots more flowers. So we did regular simple flowers, roses, some tree practice. I know people really like the tree practice. Some little flowers in glass vases. Someone asked for a lighthouse, so I try to accommodate comments. People make requests. I definitely have not done all of the requests in there. Some of the things I just haven't figured out how to paint quickly, or I'm not confident in putting it in the journal. Definitely could be a place to practice. I just haven't gotten to them yet. So if I haven't gotten to your suggestion, it doesn't mean I don't think about it. I'm thinking about how I would approach it, and do it in a journal in a shorter period of time. Some more trees and flowers. So I do lots of flowers and foliage and trees, and then I throw in these weird, like an avocado. I love these little kind of stylized, illustrative type of pieces as well, and I get into more of our whimsical kind of folk art style, and you'll see some of those shortly. This was just a study in gradients, and then we layered it with ink with some little pops of mushrooms and leaves and flowers. This elephant actually didn't make it to the YouTube channel. This was in my Studio Crew classroom, which unfortunately is closing this June. So I am looking at other alternatives to do some like paid content online hosting. So keep an eye out for that. I just have not had time to really think about the next best step for that. So Studio Crew Classroom is still there, but no new content is being added right now, and it will close soon. So hydrangeas, very simple landscapes, fun little abstract tree-like things, swatches and doodles. We do a lot of swatches and doodles. This never got finished and didn't make it in to a video format. I don't think I was even recording it. Blueberries. Oh, I won't flip this around, but this is one of the, this style is, a lot of people really like it. I'm sorry, it's upside down. The folk art type, simple landscapes, people really enjoy. And then a more traditional landscape on this side. We did a jellyfish. I don't know why. I was inspired to paint a jellyfish, but I was. And in your journals, you can paint whatever you want. And I am the type of person, I really do like to paint a lot of different things. I don't like to stick in one particular style or one particular subject matter for very long, even if I do stick with it for a little while. I do come back to florals and foliage and landscapes often, and all of these things, but I like to try new stuff, and a journal is a great place to do that. Some mushrooms, little flower bouquet, another little whimsical folk art style landscape, trees. These were some layering ink and wash pieces. I love combining ink and pen with watercolor. It can be so much fun and add a whole new dimension. Our fish and our sunflowers. These were great. So again, these, I have no idea what day we're on. These are somewhere in the middle of the pack, probably in the 40s and 50s. But yeah, leaf practice, this little hobbit hole landscape, that was fun. This one got very popular, over 100,000 views, which is insane to me because it was just a very simple, y'all love this one, very simple floral kind of arrangement, loose florals. We did this cute little bird with leaves, so cute. This one didn't make it in. I think there were issues with the recording while I was doing it, so I abandoned it. So sometimes that happens. Like, I'm painting in my journal, but the recording part is like a whole other layer of the process. So if things go awry with that or whatever, I try not to stress out about it and I just move on and paint something new and record it. So not everything makes it into the YouTube channel. Some beautiful little tulips. Another little abstract ink and wash. We used some gold pen, some bleed proof white, these really vibrant jewel toned colors, which are so easy to make with core paints, and I use core. A little rabbit, must have been in the springtime around Easter, I think. Little baskets of flowers and a lovely gorgeous poppy. Oh, I loved painting that poppy. More cone flowers and just fun loose florals. You'll see cone flowers pop up a lot. I guess that's one of the things I always gravitate back towards, and it's actually one of the first things I learned to paint in watercolor, so maybe that's why I just find peace and comfort in them. Abstracts, we did wet on wet with warm and cool colors, and then we brought in some of these pens and did a little mixed media piece here. That was fun. Misty forest and a beautiful peony and a lovely swallow, barn swallow. So that was book number 2. Again, somewhere in the 40s, 50s, 60s, because each journal I think has 48 pages. So, and then this is our last one that I just finished. And there are quite a few pieces in here, I think, that didn't make it to camera. I had to use this for some commissioned pieces. I didn't want to start a whole new journal, but I didn't want to record that process either. So you'll see those, I think, later on. Daffodils. I'm trying to remember if these made it to camera. I don't think they did. They didn't. Landscape, super dramatic landscape, much softer, more subtle landscape with trees. I really love this one. I like them both, but basket of flowers, here, maybe this way. Basket of flowers, some eucalyptus, but in fun, funky colors. A wall and a door. Someone requested a door, so I did a door and a wall. This one was an ink and wash. It didn't make it to camera. I don't know why, but I actually really love this piece. I think this one was a lot of fun. But we do something similar later on. These didn't make it. This didn't make it, but we did, the magnolias did make it in there. We did 2 days of magnolias. More folk art inspired landscape with that big bright sun and these fun layers here. A pot of lavender, super fun with some sun. We talked about light and shadow. This was a warm and cool landscape, loose landscape. So we used only warm colors or cool colors, and that was a lot of fun too. Loose roses in a vase, in a water vase. This did not make it to camera. This did. So we did some swatches and doodles. This didn't make it. That's a lot of stuff going on. These both made it to camera and they were a lot of fun. This is heavy ink, light wash, and this is just all fun watercolor layering. This did not make it to camera, but clock towers do eventually. I was just messing around here. This lovely piece. This is so soft and subtle with little ink and wash. I love the color palette of this one, but these soft flowers. We talked about light and shadow here. This was very much a lesson on shadows in a forest, and we just did some different examples. Didn't make it to camera, but it does later on. Same, similar. Let's see, another folk art landscape. Oh, our gnomes, they're so fun. They are sweet. Gnomes, and then also abstract piece here. And this one, again, we used gold pen and black pen and watercolor and just made lots of fun organic shapes. A little flower bouquet, landscape. This one didn't make it to camera, but this one did. So I did it twice. I was kind of playing and experimenting, and I was like, oh, I'd really like to record that. This bouquet made it. We used up the rest of our palette with these, making just all the colors we could make with what was left over in our palette, and then added some gold and black ink on top. Super simple flowers for the beginner. This one is really great, but this is definitely on there. Hot air balloons. So someone did request hot air balloons, and then someone also requested a clock tower. So I did the clock tower you saw earlier in the piece, but yeah, clock tower, was that the one that went to camera? Yeah. And then this did not. This was me messing around with something for a commission piece, so a French press. Let me know if you want to see a French press. Aurora Borealis, this one didn't make it, but these two did. So I did it twice over here. I started with this one once. I didn't think this one was going to work out, and I actually recorded it, most of it, and then I abandoned it and was like, oh, I don't think it's working out the way I wanted it to. And then I let it dry and kept going, and it was fine, and it was beautiful and lovely. So I second guess myself all the time, just so y'all know. I do not get everything right and perfect, and I am self-conscious sometimes. So this one didn't make it, but I actually love it. These two did. I love them as well. But yeah, we did the Aurora Borealis when you could see them here in the Northeast in the US. And then some lovely poppies. What else we got going on back here? So I did clip these pages together. So these were the ones where I was working on some commission pieces. And if you're on my Instagram channel, you would see a few posts about these. But and these are just some drawings. So there's the French press. These are just sketches for much larger pieces. They're going to be like 11 by 14 pieces. So this page we did. This page has a little damage on it, so I didn't paint on it. And then this was our last piece, day 91, I think. So that is all we have done in the last several months. So thank you for sticking with me. Again, if you are the first time seeing here and you just went on this little sketchbook walk with us, watercolor journal walk, and you saw stuff that you liked, go back and look for those videos. If you want to leave a comment, if you are someone who has done these before and have a favorite, I would love to hear your favorites in the comments. That would be wonderful. So tell me what video number. They are all labeled with day numbers. So day 1, day 2, I went back and labeled them. So tell me which one is your favorite day. What was your favorite painting? What one did you struggle with most? What would you like to see more of? And I will try to add them to the list. So thank you so much for doing this little watercolor journal walk with me. I will be back with day 92 very shortly, and I can't wait to keep painting with y'all. Thanks. Take care. Happy painting.